Speaker's Corner aboard the Villa Vie Odyssey, hosted by Kit Cassingham.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Taft. This is Speaker's Corner, and I'm Kit Cassingham. I have my fans back there. Actually, this room is filled with fans for each other, and this is a good group. It's good to see everyone here tonight. Tonight's speaker has been an environmental officer on board. When did you first come the first time?
The first time here.
So a year ago, he came on board.
1.5, October 2024.
October 2024. And back then, he was a really shy man. I asked him if he would like to speak at Speaker's Corner, and he kind of, oh, man. And I don't think I could get him to do it. Did you speak back then?
I did separate from you.
That's right, it was a separate something or other, but he's not shy anymore. It's great. So, family makes a difference, doesn't it? And having a baby makes a difference. He didn't have the baby, his wife did, but that's probably changed him a lot. So he's going to address our waste cycle, and this is all information we all need to hear for one reason or another. So Marco Apreda on the Odyssey waste cycle. Come on up, sir.
Good evening. I'll take the key. Opla.
Stay in the light.
In the light. Jim, I'm good here.
You're good here.
Very good. Good evening to everybody. It's very honored to be here with all of you. I like to do things like this. I hope always that we can have more opportunity. Also because, from your side, sometimes you like to know things that happen in the ship. And maybe I can give answer why yes or why not for something. So I just prepared for all of you some presentation. We will go along this presentation, but no need to be sticky to the presentations. Just like a good view for you. Then if somebody, while I make the presentation, like to have to make some question, we will stop and we will try to answer your question. Okay? Anyway, we can start.
Sure, sir.
Okay. What we will talk about? We will see slowly with the next presentation. Okay, protect and preserve the ocean. This is a must for us, for Villa Vie residents. Is in our mind wherever we go to protect the environmental around the various countries around the world. This is a topic that we discuss also with our crew members when they embark. Just for your information, every crew member when embark on the ship is compulsory to have some training, and environmental is one of the training that is compulsory to give to the crew member that embark in the ship, because everybody that will be on board this beautiful ship, this beautiful home, should be aware about what we are doing, how we are doing this. And our company is very, very worried about the environmental around. We go around, there are many kind of fuel that we use on board. There is used on board to the various ship. Our ship is using only diesel oil, marine oil. That is the fuel that is more good for the environmental. There are many ships that use high fuel oil that is more it's making more pollution in the air. So from our side, we decide to use only this kind of fuel that is contained inside 0.01% of sulfur content. This sulfur content is what will go to the air and will make the pollution. So we try always to minimize the pollution that we do around. Also, for example, there are many countries that there is a regulation for air pollution and they require this kind of fuel from the ship. Especially also in Europe, when you go inside the port, there are ships that have high fuel oil. They are required from the port to switch to marine diesel oil, the one that is used from us. Many people asking, but how is working the engine down? How many generators have the ship? How many generators we use? Which is the difference between a generator and propulsion? So, just for your knowledge, on board we have 4 diesel generators, 2 big and 2 small. This is this generator. We can switch on and switch off, depend which kind of speed we need. For example, if you have to make 10 kilometers in your car, you have to drive for 10 kilometers. If you go 100 kilometers for hours, you will arrive before. Then you use to go with 50 kilometers for hours. It's the same concept here in the ship. If I have to start departure from, for example, we depart from Melbourne, and we have to arrive to Adelaide, we have a frame time to respect, and which speed we required, we use more or less generator with the ship. If we need to make 50 knots, we have to use 4 diesel generators. If we have to do 8 knots, that is like 16 kilometers per hour, we do with 1 generator. So it depends what time we have to arrive in the next port. Then this generator, on the back there is the propeller, and are the one that the generator are the one that will move the propeller, that is the propulsion of the ship. All good on this? Everybody understand? Okay. So this generator produces the ship electricity. This motor uses the electricity for the ship propulsion. So when we use this generator on board, we use for everything on board, for the light, for electrical things in our cabin, for electrical things in the galley, all electrical things that is around the ship. So more things are switched on around the ship, more power we need. For produce more power, we need the fuel. So if we need to produce less power, we need less fuel for use. Why I'm saying this? Because we are always talking on board about energy saving. Energy saving is not only for the environmental, but also here on board with the electricity that we use to generate with the generator. If we have to give electricity to all cabin, we need to burn more fuel. If you, for example, just for make one example, we are talking about what 5 kilowatt of energy can do. What is 5 kilowatt of energy? Think about if you switch all crew members and passengers on board, we are more or less 600 on board, we switch off the light for 1 hour. if 600 persons switch off the light 1 hour, they will save 6 kilowatt. 6 kilowatt, what we can do with 5 kilowatt? We can run a washing machine 5 times. We can watch television 50 hours. We can do charging of our phone 400, 500 times. This is for understand a little bit why we always saying energy saving to switch off the light in the cabin if you don't need, if you already charge your computer, your laptop, your telephone, to don't keep the laptop connected to the electricity. Because if this action is done from various persons on board, resident and crew, we can save a lot of energy and we can save a lot of fuel. We can do also less we can have less content that we use in the air. We make less air pollution also. So usually what we asking for energy saving? Energy saving, the biggest energy that is produced on the board is the AC, the air condition. For this, usually when you are in your cabin, we always asking if it's possible to keep close the door or the balcony, because when you keep the door open or the balcony open, the air condition go away and we have to produce air condition. This is a small action that you can do if you want save energy, if you want to be part of the energy saving on board of Odyssey. Then turn off the lights when not in use. Many people maybe they keep always on the light in the bathroom. But why we need to keep on the light in the bathroom if we don't need the bathroom for 24 hours a day? We just need 5 minutes, 1 hour. When you charge something to disconnect when you are not using and this is already charged. When you make laundry, to try to avoid to make laundry only for 1 underwear and 1 socks maybe. To make full loading, because for make the laundry, to use 1 washing machine for just 2 items, you consume the same water and same electricity that you consume if you make full loading inside the laundry machine. I repeat, this is just if you like to be environmental friendly, if you like the environmental. It's not a compulsory thing that I'm saying to you from today, you have to do like this. We just want to be clear. It's up to you if you want like to have impact on the environmental. Then, for example, to use both showers means, for example, you open the water for take a shower, then you switch off the water, then you put soap in your body, and then you open again the water. Same things that I say for the crew members when they embark. There are many crew members that maybe in the cabin they just toothbrush, maybe they have the music on, the water running, they pass already the brush in the water, they start to brush, they're thinking about, I was at home, I did this. They toothbrush, and then the water going. And we lose a lot of water for nothing. Some question until now? No. Okay. So what we ask usually to our resident, what is good things to do from your side? So to try to reuse the towels and linens, don't to change every day or to wash every day. Report leaking if you have some leaking around, if you have some leaking in your cabins. Don't leave water running, because every drop is count. This is one other thing very, very important. On board, in the toilet, it's not done for throw everything that we want. In the toilet can be thrown only the paper. Paper means toilet paper. Usually we use toilet paper of the ship only because the toilet paper of the ship is biodegradable. So with the water, the system is done in this way. If we start to throw other things inside the toilet, we will clock the system, and we can clock the system of all the ship. And after we have a lot of job for put back the system in operation. So it's very important to don't throw anything in the toilet. And one other thing that I ask from my side is I know that maybe somebody like to buy chemical ashore for the toilet or for the bathroom. The chemical that we use in the ship is approved for our system because the ship is working with one system that is called MBR system for the black water and grey water. What is the black water and grey water? Grey water is all water that coming from the sink, from the shower. Black water is all the water that coming from the toilet and from the hospital. It's considered black water. When this water going down in engine in our tank, this water is treated with one system, is a membrane system, and there are some bacteria inside this system that will eat everything and make clear water. So, if we use products that are not approved from the ship, what happen? Happen that somebody can use a product with chlorine inside or some other kind of product that can kill this bacteria. When you kill this bacteria inside our system, we are not anymore in compliance because the water is not treated in the way that must be treated because the system needs this bacteria for work. So I always please try to use the bins around the ship, the bins in your cabin. Don't throw anything inside the toilet. This is a picture that I like so much. This was done in ironic way. To be honest, I don't go around the discussion. Many people on board, Global Harmony also, ask to me what the people can do on board for Apreda environment. I always say, it's okay, I will manage by myself because we have a procedure on board. We have a lot of procedure from the garbage, also for the garbage, from each department. From that department, how we collect that garbage, how arrive this garbage to the garbage room, and how is treated in the garbage room. But anyway, I give one answer to this person that asking to me what we can do. From my side, if people want, it's not a compulsory thing that must be done from your side. In your cabin, if you can make some kind of recycle there to separate the small paper from small plastic, is appreciated from the crew members because the crew member that will clean your cabin and will collect the garbage from your cabin is the person in charge to collect the garbage and then have to separate in that moment. There are many residents that really like to have the bins outside the cabin. But also, if they have the bins from outside the cabin, be sure that they will not put this garbage inside that bins. It's not, you have all the right to do whatever you like, but I'm just making this example because it's what happened also with the bins inside the public area. We make announcement, we make notice to don't mix the garbage inside the public area. Also, because one of the reasons is not because we don't want to work or we don't want to make separation or something like this. It's because if the bins is for the paper or for the plastic, and then come one inspection on board, this inspector that come on board in one inspection for public health or something similar to public health biosecurity like we have here in Australia, they can make non-conformity because the garbage is not separate inside the bins. So it's not because we want to force the people to do something, but because in each part of the world where we go, we have to follow regulation. And if we don't follow regulation, it's a big mess for the ship, because the ship will not pass inspection. Everybody will be upset with us, with the ship, with the crew members, and everybody. We have a responsibility on board to follow regulation. And for this, for example, in each port that we arrive, in each country that we arrive, we make preparation many months before. Before to arrive, we already prepare. For example, when we arrived first time in Australia, we prepared the ship for biosecurity, because maybe there is some regulation that here in Australia is different from when you go to pass the USPH in US, or if you go in Japan to pass the public health in Japan, or if you go in Brazil to pass the visa in Brazil. It's different regulation. It's almost the same, but different regulation. We try always to do our best to respect this regulation, to follow this regulation for being compliant. But sometimes something that is not in our power, we cannot do something that is not in our power. So we always try to do our best. You are part of one ship. You are part. This is not only ship. This is a family for you. This is your home. For this, when I ask if it's possible from your side to do something good for us to do, not because I won't force you, because this is your home. And I don't think that, for example, when I am at my home, I don't have the bins in all rooms. I have in the kitchen, maybe in the bathroom, but I don't have the bins just near the sofa and I throw everything there. Or I don't know, if you are in your home in shoreside, I don't think if somebody come to your home and throw something in your floor, you will be happy. And if you treat this ship like your home, you will be upset in the same way. Why a person from outside or other person have to don't respect that rules, to don't use that bins? For the if it's paper, it's paper. It's not plastic. I have to make 10 meters more. For give to the bar, I have to make 10 meters more. I found one housekeeping guy, I can give to the housekeeping guy. There are many things that can be done. So I always asking if you can treat this place like your home. This is the separation that we used to do on board by category. We follow the marple on board. That is the one that do the regulation for the ships. The marple say to us they give different category. I want to explain this because many country there is different regulation if you live in this country. For example, from my country, from Italy, every day you have to put outside your house a kind of material. One day is organic, one day is plastic, one day is paper, one day is different material. And this material, if you wrong to put something outside, they will give payment. You have to pay the municipality because you did something wrong. We follow the marple that divide these things, this garbage in the various kind. For example, for the marple, category alpha is all the plastic. Category bravo is the food. Category Charlie is all domestic waste. What is domestic waste for the marple? Paper, aluminium, metal, glass, everything is considered category Charlie. Then we have a category Delta that is the cooking oil that we use in the galley. Category Foxtrot that is all hazardous and not hazardous material that can be dangerous for the environmental. For be very simple, what is this kind of material? For example, this carpet, if I have to throw this carpet, is considered biological risk because it's contaminated from us, from a human. So it's considered hazardous material for the environment. If I cut my hair in the spa, this hair is considered hazardous material. All the material from the hospital is hazardous material, category Foxtrot. If I have a printer I have printer for print the paper from the laptop, the cartridge that is inside is considered hazardous for the environment. If I have to change the light here, is considered the Foxtrot. The battery, alkaline battery, lithium battery, other kind of battery, the chemical, is all considered hazardous material. Then we have the category India that is all electronic waste. For example, washing machine, we have computer, printer, this kind of thing, television, are considered electronic waste. So when we have to do separation in the ship, we do the separation for being in compliance with the marple. Then, for example, if we arrive in some place that they require something particular, more separation and more regulation, we have to adapt the ship with that separation. For make one example, when the ship was in US we have USDA garbage. What is this USDA garbage? Is all the garbage that is contaminated from the food. Means if I have one packet of biscuit and I eat that biscuit, for US it's not a paper, it's not a plastic from the package. That is considered USDA because it was contaminated from the food. So when we go in some area and I start to ask on board from crew members to do the separation in a different way, is because I have to be in compliance with another, with the state, with the country, with the city where we go. I remember another ship has happened to me that in one place they require to remove the caps to each bottle of water. So I have my guys in garbage room, each bottle of water, they have to remove the caps. There are places like also here in Australia, New Zealand, that if we throw the glass, the bottle of beers inside the bottle of beer there is the slice of lemon or slice of orange, if they found this one, is a penalty for the ship because it's food contaminated. So why we have this kind of bins around? Why we do this kind of separation on board? Because we have to be in compliance with the MARPOL and the country where we go. Usually this is the color that you will find around the ship. For plastic, paper, cans, glass, you will find always the label in the bins around the ship. These are the machines that we have in garbage room. This picture is done in real but in cartoon way. This is real, the one garbage the environmental opera that we have down. This is real, the machine that we have down in the garbage room. These are the compact machine. What we use, for what we use the compact machine? If we don't use this compact machine, the waste that is generated from the ship is too much. We don't have space for put this garbage. But with the compact machine, whatever we have, dirty plastic, contaminated plastic with food, we put all together, then we compact and we make one bale. I don't know if you have sometime you, when you go off from the ship, maybe you see the garbage of floating. We have a big bales. This big bales is done from this machine. We have this compact machine, this compact everything we use for this thing that is contaminated for the food. We use also for the plastic bottle. We collect the plastic bottle. We first wash the machine before don't contaminate the other plastic bottle. We compact also the plastic bottle. Cardboard we don't use to compact because for the cardboard we have another thing. For the cardboard, for the papers on board, we have the shredder machine. It's a very big machine that is shredder the paper. What we do with this paper on board, we never offload this paper outside. We burn everything with the incinerator. We have one incinerator on board that is in compliance with IMO regulation, so with C regulation, must be approved from DMV, from all inspector, and can burn cardboard, papers, it can burn medical waste. Anyway, we will see later on. So all the paper that is shredded first is bringing in the incinerator room, and then with the regulation, when we can switch on the incinerator, we burn this cardboard. Usually in around the world is 4 nautical miles outside, you can start to burn. Usually we start to burn 12 nautical miles just because we want to be more in compliance with the regulation. Then we have the glass crush machine. All bottle of glass that arrive in garbage room is crushed with this machine. And then we put in big bag box, yellow box, and then we offload already crushed. Then we have the desinfire machine. Is other kind of compact machine. This machine is only for the cans. All Coke cans, beer cans, we throw in this machine and is compacted. Then we have in garbage room the food chute. What is this food chute? We call generic name is lupa. This food chute, when we follow always the regulation in the most part of the country in the sea, is when you are outside the 12 nautical miles, the food is thrown directly to the sea. So what remains from the buffet, what remains from the restaurant and other things, when we are outside 12 nautical miles, we open the chute, we throw at the sea, and we give food to the fish. On board, as I say, we manage always the waste. We separate everything. From the origin, so from your cabin, from the bar, from the galley, everything come down. For example, just one example, in the galley, when they they finish some tomato cans or some ketchup container, they have to wash first and then they throw. So there are also some other regulations. We try always to reduce the garbage on board, to reuse the items if can be reused, to recycle everything, to separate and recycle everything, and to recover what we can recover. For example, to reduce, if you have to eat in the buffet, in the restaurant, and you are not, you don't know if something you like or don't like, take just a little bit only. If you like, you take more, because whatever you put more in the plate and you don't eat, go directly to the chute, to the sea. Always the plastic bottle, clean plastic to separate everything. And then we try to recover, we send ashore this garbage and we go to the facility center. Now, this was one of the questions from the resident. Where go our garbage? How is treated our garbage when go outside? This one is depend from the country and the place where we offload the garbage. Because from our side we make all the job, all the effort for separate all material for be recycled. The normal plastic bottle, the cans, the glass, clean paper if we have to offload the clean paper, but we burn. So we try always to do our best, our effort for separate everything. But then depend the facility center that you have. If you have a facility center that have the facility for recycle and everything, this will be recycled. But this don't depend from the ship. This depend from shore side which kind of facility they have. If they, anyway, in the worst case, if they don't have facility for recycle, also the recycled items is treated for be burned. This is not depend from us. Usually, when I send these things ashore, I always asking in the mail that I ask to the agent to the port facility, we have recycled items. We have a plastic bottle, we have cans, we have copper, we have this. Can be recycled. Can you recycle this? Sometimes I don't offload something in one port, but I offload another port because maybe the other port give the recycle and the other port no. So this is not something that is in our power to know what kind of facility center we have ashore. Many years ago, we give another ship also, another company, we give like donation many things. We give a donation of the mattress, bed frames and other things that the ship don't use anymore. Here they don't accept, not because they don't accept, because the regulation in the time, with the passing time, is changing. Now these items, they don't want anymore like donation. And then if you have to offload like donation, sometimes it happens that if you want to offload like donation, you have to pay more than when you offload like normal garbage. Especially in Europe. In Europe, we a lot with the other company, we offload a lot of matters, a lot of times, and give like to the charity. Then the charity, for disembark for the charity, the port started to ask money. It was not anymore convenient to give these things for the charity. So it's not regulation. Ship is always follow a regulation. The thing is today, it's not. It's from shore side. We don't have anymore a good regulation that can permit to do more things to us, more effort to us, and this is very sad. When here in New Zealand, before to arrive in Australia, I want to offload some mattress and some bed frames that was removed from some resident cabin. And they say I'm sad, but I'm sad and ashamed, New Zealand say, because we cannot accept like donation. We don't have procedure for accept like donation. So, I repeat, from our side, we try always our best for recycle until the last items. Like I say, when you eat in the buffet, try always to take what you need, what you eat. Then if you need more, then you go to take more. As you know, on board, we have a designated smoking area where you can go to smoke. It's not possible to smoke on the balcony. It's not possible to smoke in the cabin for various reasons, also because it's dangerous to smoke on the balcony. It's a safety issue. And so please always use the designated area that is outside here, deck 5, and then one area, deck 9, on the top of the ship. So, just to recapitulation, common mistake to avoid: leaving doors open with AC, throwing items overboard, using strong chemical in toilets and sinks, putting garbage in the wrong bins. Incinerator of the ship. Like I said before, what we burn in the incinerator of the ship: cardboard, papers, medical waste, the burnable one, and expired medicine. These are the only items that we are allowed to burn inside the incinerator. It's not a pizza oven like somebody was thinking. Biosecurity. Just when we arrive in Australia, we have this biosecurity. Biosecurity is not something done from all countries. In other countries more called just public health. Then we have a country like Australia, New Zealand, Norway, Chile, Hawaii, Canada also, that they are more restricted with biosecurity. But what is this biosecurity? It's a protection of their environmental, fauna and flora, means the animals, means the trees, the plants and everything. They are jealous of their environmental. And they don't permit from outside to bring anything inside their country to make contamination. So when we are arriving in this country, we have to respect the biosecurity. We are not allowed to bring anything outside the ship. It's something that you see every time that we arrive in the port. We have to washing the bicycle. We have to put the cats inside the cabins. We have to have the plants. They come to check the live plants on board. They come to make a lot of check. Resident crew member, when disembark, they are checking in the luggage and everything if they don't have nothing that can contaminate their country. So these are the country that is more restricted with biosecurity. This is one of the last slide. Somebody asking, but what did the ship when we make the hull cleaning? What we cleaning? This one was a request from it's a request for biosecurity. We clean the ship from mussels, barnacles, tuber worms, algae, all these things. Normally, the ship have a periodical check and cleaning, because everything that come to the hull, that we attach to the hull, with the passing time, will become not good for the ship, because will affect the velocity, the speed of the ship. It's like I have in the arms, I put 2 persons in my arms and I want to walk, I want to run. I cannot, because they are on me. Then if I clean from me, I can go to the normal speed. It's the same for the ship. And then here in Australia, like New Zealand, they are more restricted, because this muscle and everything that is attached to the hull is coming during all this time that we was in other country. So for them, this is contamination of their country. So they require to us to make the cleaning if we want continue our cruise inside the Australia and New Zealand waters. So every drop counts, every action creates a ripple. On board Odyssey we are not just travelers, we are family, sailing the world together, bound by respect, guided by care, and united by love for the seas that carries us. Let every sunrise remind us that protecting this planet is the most meaningful journey for all. You have some question that I can help you?
I have a question up here at the back.
There.
You're here.
Well,
Got a mic?
you've got a mic in your hand.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Does your energy, the waste energy, the heat from the incinerator get used at all by the ship?
No. The incinerator is just for burn the it's not like a thermo, how is the name in English, thermoval. It's anyway, it's not that what we burn is help us to make energy. It's not, the only energy that we produce on board is coming from the fuel that make energy on board from with diesel generator.
If we care so much about energy usage, why is it so cold in some areas and the air conditioning is cranking?
Okay. This is a more technical side, but I will answer, I don't have a problem, because here the system on board is everything for the various area is not automatic system, it's a manual system. So in the moment that when you arrive here to the event, we have only one person coming in the event, is in the beginning is cold. Then, for example, if we raise the temperature, first of all, it will take time for rise the temperature. So we have to prepare the place 30 minutes before, for example. Then, in the same time, we rise the temperature 30 minutes before. Come one person, and the temperature is okay. Then the room is full of people. People, we are human. We transmit colors. We transmit heat, and it's more heat here. It look like it's more hot. So this is the answer, because everything in this ship is in manual way. We don't have automatic system for the AC around the lounge of the ship. I'm talking about the lounge, not cabin. Okay.
We've got a question back here.
Hello.
Stay in your light. Stay in your light.
Sorry, G. Sorry.
Can we have a receptacle where we can put batteries? You say batteries are, they are dangerous
Okay.
to go into any garbage. We have nowhere on the ship to
Okay.
actually put the batteries.
Waste batteries.
Yeah.
Could you allow, they're saying it's at guest services. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's not been advertised that to take batteries to guest services.
Allora, I will answer. I cannot put battery bins around all the ship. We have only one place where we can collect the battery, that is the reception. Because I want to be honest, the ship around the bins around the ship, I don't know if you have possibility to navigate also with the other company in the past. Other companies don't have any bins around the ship. We are, I think, the only ship that we have bins in public area, because we have to respect many regulations, like I said before. We have to respect the VSP, that is the vessel ship manual for the sanitation, vessel sanitation manual, and we have to respect also regulation for the safety. Battery is something that is a part of the safety matter. And for this we don't have bins around, but only one place that we collect the battery.
Where is it? Yeah.
Where is it?
You can give it to the guest. Allora, I will implement one box there where you can put the battery, and you don't have to ask to the guy. Okay?
Thank you.
Like this, I hope to make you happy. we can do a lot of things for improve. No problem.
There's a question to your left.
I have a question. This ship is a little over 30 years old,
Yes.
and obviously over the last 30 years, regulations have probably gotten more stringent as the years have gone by. And imagine in the future they're going to continue to get more stringent.
Yes.
How equipped are we with a ship this age for the next 5 or 10 years of regulations that may be coming?
It's true that the regulation is update every month, every day, everything, because also many things happening around. It's like, for example, after that happened, what happened with the Costa Concordia, they improve regulation for the safety, for the lifeboat and other things. When they make new regulation, they always give time to the ship, or they say you have 1 year for be in compliance with the new regulation that we have. Or for example, in some cases, they make exception for the ship that has been built before this date. For example, they say there are many regulations in the Marpol, like also in the HIMO, that this regulation is not applied for the ship that was built in 2000. But anyway, anything that come out and that's by regulation, the ship have to be in compliance with all regulation. Many residents are on board here from Belfast who late. Do you know the kind of visit that we receive on board? Weekly, monthly, each country, you know the regulation that we have to follow, and the effort that put the crew member and the company for being in compliance with everything. So it was always a challenge when we have inspection on board. If something is not good, we don't take like also the DMV and the various inspectors. They are not coming on board for make something bad to the ship, but they come on board for help the ship and for help the resident and the crew members, because they come on board, they check. If there is something wrong, they say to you, you have to rectify. We give 30 days for rectify this. If you don't rectify this in 30 days, they can stop the ship. So for us, it's just like we improve. We have regulation. We have one company that follow us. We follow regulation. But sometimes when the inspector come on board, we don't have to take in bad way this inspector that we come on board, because here one time the one inspector that come on board found one problem that was problem for 30 years ago when the ship already was with a lot of company. But they say just after 30 years. So when they come on board, I always say thank you for the inspector that come on board, because we improve. We go ahead. We are always every day more in compliance with the regulation. And from my side, like from side of all crew members on board, we do all our best for be always in compliance, and also the companies the same, they do all the best for being compliant with everything. So yes, every time that there is new regulation, we go ahead and we update also the ship. But it's not a problem, 5 years, it's nothing will happen. Nothing happen after 30 years will not the ship will be able for navigate for many years ago still. I hope to be you're happy with the answer.
Marco, I have a question back here for you.
Yes.
I understand the difference between grey and black water, and I get what you say with the grey water, what you're doing, because we live in a motorhome, so I know the difference. What do you do with the black water?
With the black water is treated and then is discharged at sea as per Marpol regulation. There are many countries that allow it to discharge at sea outside 4 nautical miles, inside 12 nautical miles. There are other countries that you have to go outside the 12 nautical miles. Each country have a different regulation, because there are some countries that have also local regulation. So every time, this is one part of my job, to check regulation of that country and everything. So everything, the black water, grey water is discharged at sea in compliance and following the MARPOL.
Especially about electricity, water use. Many people here, they think that you are running generators all the time. That means all the lights can be on all the time. I'm not kidding. Many passengers said that. That, for example, the water, they also said that you produce water
Yes.
as we go. But that's only in certain conditions, my understanding is, and it's very minimal.
No.
So it should be very important that you give this kind of presentation, so just, I don't know, organize some type of information for every passenger when embarking.
Yeah.
So this is like a comment, but then I had some questions too.
Yes.
About the emissions, for example.
Yes.
Of, your emissions are terribly dirty. There is very dense soot at times that leaves the ship. For example, when we leave the dock. Or the other day we were noticing with many other passengers, we were just walking to the ship and there was this big plume of black soot. So we know that there are some type of, just a 10% of biodiesel, for example, would cut the soot by an enormous amount, and the particles too would really help. You said once before that, for example, in Indonesia, it was mandated a certain percentage of biodiesel because of this problem. I'm surprised that Australia or New Zealand does not mandate that. On the other hand, when you are at the dock, why don't you use the electricity, the electricity from the dock, rather than producing it and burn fuel?
We're going to have to cut the conversation. It's time to end this. If you have one quick question.
No, I can answer the question.
Okay.
It's not a problem. Just for, it's not Indonesia that have a biodiesel. Anyway, the thing is, we cannot have electricity when we are in the port from shoreside, because because the ship is old, is not don't have the system for connect shoreside the power, for take the power supply from shoreside. Second, also, it's not all the port. It's very, very minimum the port that they have this system in working. Because I can't say this because I have experience from my last company that have the ships that are done with this system, but it's not that everywhere was found this. They found this one in Valletta in Malta, and then for my experience, we found this one in California. When you go in the port in California, there is one form they asking for this. Regarding the smoke that come from the funnel, to be honest, I don't think that is 24 hours a day that come this smoke from the. And you see the smoke, black smoke, you can see 90% only when we departure, because in that moment it's like you have a car, and you have to come, you have to put more speed in the car. And what do the wheel? They have power, big power immediately. When we are in maneuvering, that we have to leave, or we have to approach to the port, to the pier, especially if we have wind and current, it's not so easy to don't use the power of the ship. In that moment, there are some moments you have to use more power, and that is in that moment that you have this black smoke from there, because in that moment it's like from maybe you are putting 1 liter of diesel inside the motor, and then in one moment you put 50 liters of diesel in the motor immediately, because you are maneuvering for the wind, because you have to keep the ship to the pier, you have to put the line first. Then when you have the line ashore, that you have the power to reduce the speed, you don't need too much power. You see that we don't do anymore that black smoke from there. Then sometimes when we are in navigation, we have some black smoke because I'm using the incinerator. So the incinerator is normal that going to the air, and in some places I have to pass. I cannot put the smoke from incinerator inside the ship, inside the accommodation. So it's going up to the funnel. I don't know if you matching what I'm saying, or you still are not happy about the answer.
All right. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Wonderful, sir.
Thank you.
And thank you for all your interesting questions. Do you want to do something like this again?
Okay. No, what I really love to do this kind of things. I ask always also from your side, if you, for example, if we make again this kind of presentation, if you have a question in advance to address this question to Kit in the way that we can prepare also what I will bring here with your question. I am happy to answer your question. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.